konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about my favorite must-have beauty tools that I want you guys to try out. If that sounds like your thing, then go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください. Let's try now. So these are tools and accessories that I use pretty much on a daily basis, but somehow fail to mention in my videos a lot of the time. So today I thought I would compile all of them together to share with you guys to up your beauty game. So let's get it. First one is something that I've definitely mentioned a lot in the past, but maybe not so much recently, and they are foaming nets. Something I've owned for years and years at this point. So they were pretty straightforward. They are little nets that help foam your face wash, specifically foaming face washes. So when I started cleansing, I was influenced by Japanese skincare, and they always say to wash your face with awa, which awa literally means bubbles, and they mean to basically foam up your cleanser to the point where you have so much foam that you don't even need to touch your face to wash your face. Do you get what I mean? There is foam in between your hand and your face that you're basically cleansing your face with foam, which is going to be gentler than physically touching your skin with your fingers. I don't know if you guys have seen like the Perfect Whip ads in Japan where a girl literally has foam that is like as big as a bowling ball. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was a lot of foam and it looks so satisfying the way she just like cleanses her face. But anyway, foaming nets are like the easiest way to achieve that in a very affordable way. So I'm not using foaming nets as often as I used to, since I am using a lot of gel cleansers these days, which it works with the net, but they're not as effective and it's not as necessary. But it's definitely still something I like to have around, and something Logan uses a lot as well. If anything, they're just like fun as well, and it's very satisfying to have a palm full of foam. You can get them pretty much anywhere in Japan, any drugstore. You can buy them at Daiso, so you can get them really cheap. Muji has them. I think these are probably from Daiso, and then this one is from a brand called Harbor, which was a little bit more expensive. I think it was like 300 or 400 yen. So it does depend on the price and the quality. Like the net is finer, and I feel like the foam is like easier to make, but all in all they pretty much work the exact same way. Most of them come in this kind of I don't even know what you call it. They look like the, what do you call those things? Teru bozu, the things you make when you want it to be sunny the next day. I do also have this one which allows you to store a soap inside of it, so you can actually pop a soap in there and then the elastic at the bottom holds it in there. So it's really good if you are using like a cleansing bar soap thing in your routine. They vary from like 100 to probably like 500 or 600 yen, but they're just such an easy and cheap investment to help you foam up your cleanser a lot easier than using your hands. So the next one is also one from Daiso. Actually, a lot of these things are from Daiso, or you can purchase at Daiso because Daiso is the best, let's be honest. A silicone mask holder. I don't know if that is the official name, but that is what I call it. This one is another holy grail of mine, and it is definitely a sheet mask lover's best friend. It is a silicone mask that basically holds your sheet mask onto your face for you. So once you've done your cleanse, blah blah blah, put your sheet mask on, and then you strap this on top of your sheet mask, these elastic bands on the side around your ears, and it holds onto your face on top of your sheet mask. I love to use these when I'm putting on a sheet mask for like a longer amount of time. If I'm doing my 1 minute to 5 minute sheet mask, I usually don't bother. But if it's a sheet mask that's like 10 to 20 minutes, some are up to like 40 and things like that, you can put this on and then basically kill time doing chores or spend time on Instagram or walk around the house or whatever you do without having to worry the sheet mask is going to fall off, which I think is super handy. And when I discovered it, I was like, wow, this is like the best thing ever. It also can help to hold and retain the moisture or hydration of the sheet mask, since it's not going to evaporate because you have this silicone cover over the top. And once you're done, you can just take it off, rinse it with water, and it is good to go again. You can reuse it so many times. I'm pretty sure I've had this one for at least 2 years, this single one, and it only cost me 100 yen in Japan. I feel like everyone should have at least one. And again, we have another Daiso item. What a surprise. So it's actually the hair accessories from Daiso, specifically these headbands and these hair ties. Daiso does sell a lot of headbands for keeping your hair out of your face. I have bought quite a few of them, but I really like these ones specifically. They're just like the largest kind of huge ones they've got. I've got two, but I definitely want to buy more. They are like the best headbands I've ever used, and they're only $2.80 even in Australia, so why wouldn't you get them? Let's be honest. I don't know why I'm in this mood. It's kind of strange. So it is kind of like a towel like fluffy material. It is not too tight around the head, which is really, really nice. A couple of the Daiso's ones can be quite tight around the head that I get like red marks. The reason why I like this one so much is that I can actually tuck my hair into it. So I often have showers where I don't want to wet my hair. So in that case, I literally just put this on my face and then I twirl up my hair and then tuck it into the headband, and it all stays in there, and it's so good because one, I don't have to deal with kinks from using a hair tie, and it's all just like, it's just easy. I don't have to use multiple different things. It all just is up in there and I don't have to worry about it getting wet while I'm having a shower. On that note, these, I don't know what you call them, like telephone cord hair ties. If you're super young, you probably don't even know that telephone cords kind of like used to look this way. Is that like ageist? But these ones I got from Daiso as well. I've bought multiple packs. These are kind of like the ugly colors. There's a lot prettier colors. There's like a pink one, so that's nice. I think it's usually in a pack of 4. So in Japan, a pack of 4 for 100 yen, super cheap. And I have gone through quite a few brands and stuff of these hair ties. I feel like the Daiso ones are probably the best value for money. They don't leave any kinks in my hair, and they're also not too tight or not too loose. I've used ones that are too loose that like I need to tie multiple times, that it kind of defeats the purpose and ends up kinking my hair, but it's also not too tight that it leaves kinks in my hair. So this is another one that I use on a daily basis. If I don't use my headband, I'll just use this to tie my hair. Usually in the morning I can't be bothered doing my hairband, and since I don't have makeup and it's a quick cleanse, I'll just use one of these hair ties in the morning. Super easy, super affordable, and super pretty colorful. I'm in such a weird mood. What is going on? So next is something that I cannot live without: pore extracting tools. Forewarning, please be careful when using these tools. It is very easy to damage your skin if you use these incorrectly or too harshly, so I'm gonna say that in advance because I know it's not the most recommended thing for a lot of people because it can cause skin damage. But I've had this since like high school. I mean, not these specific ones, but the first time I got in high school, I was like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. And as you guys know, and as I have probably mentioned in videos and stuff before, I pop pimples. I cannot not pop them, and the reason is, like, I've had so many times where I've had pimples that I didn't pop and they actually left a worse scar on my skin personally than when I popped them. 9 times out of 10 will pop a pimple, and these have definitely helped in doing that. So I actually bought a set of 6 on Amazon in Japan for like 2,000 yen. So like for 20 bucks, it was a set of 6 kind of tools. I honestly can't remember the brand. I'll try to link it, but I know it is a little harder to find in Australia and other international countries. But on Japan, like on Amazon, there's so many different types for so cheap, and that is where I bought these ones. I only have 4 because without thinking, I packed them in my carry-on when I was coming back from Japan, and one of them was like a super sharp like needle one, and then, you know, those like Pore, and they were both really sharp, and basically they had to take it off me because they thought it could be a weapon. Honestly, probably out of the 4, I only really use 2 of them, and they are all double-sided and have kind of like a different shape to them. They are all used for extraction, but I will only use them when I know I can pop the pimple or remove the blackhead or pore. If it's not near the surface, if it doesn't look like it can pop, it doesn't look extractable, I will leave it alone, because basically it is metal, and if you put too much force onto it, it's going to damage your skin, and that can leave a scar. So I really only use it on pimples or pores that are at the surface, and I know that a gentle push is going to extract them. I really don't want anyone to damage their skin from using this, but it is something that I've used for a really long time, and it has helped me easily extract my pimples and pores. And also always remember to sanitize these before and after use. I usually use just some rubbing alcohol. I have like a little spray that I just spray some onto a tissue. If you don't have rubbing alcohol or like a sanitizing alcohol, you can use like boiling hot water. Obviously that's going to be a bit more of a pain, but just make sure you sanitize before and after so you don't get any germs in those pores that you just like basically opened up all those wounds. The next one is a kassa, or I think they're called gua sha, I believe. In Japanese they're called kassa, and that's just how I know them, but they're basically the facial massaging tools. So I feel like these have become really popular in the beauty industry as of late. I bought this one years ago when I was in Japan because it has been pretty big in Japan for a while, because Japanese people are obsessed with like having smaller faces. This is totally generalizing and stereotyping. In like the beauty industry, it is a big thing of doing massages or doing treatments and things like that to make your face slimmer, to make your face look smaller. And I bought this while I was there. It was probably like 400 or 500 yen, and I believe I bought it at Tokyo Hanzu, I think, but a lot of stores sells them. You can get them in like drugstores and things as well. So the general purpose of these massage tools is to release the tension in your face and to promote blood circulation, which can lead to so many amazing benefits. It works as like a natural facelift. It is like detoxing to get your like blood flowing smoother, which can lead to more glowing skin. It can also help penetration of skincare products. You can use it on top of your skincare products or before things like serums to help them absorb into the skin. So they are really beneficial in so many ways to help overall health in your face and your skin as well. So I don't use this all of the time because I do have somewhat reactive skin, and doing the massage definitely flushes my skin and makes it quite red, but I do like to use them when I do like a very high essence sheet mask, if that makes sense. Like if I do a sheet mask and there is a lot of essence left and there's enough kind of lubrication that there's enough that this can slip and slide across my face without kind of pulling on my skin, that's when I like to use them. I'm not going to go into like the full routine or the steps I do because it's going to make this video very long. If you do want like another video on a facial massage routine, I can definitely think about it. So leave it in a comment if you do want to see that. But when I first start using this at the start of the massage, especially like along my jawline, it feels like there's like slight bumps across my skin. It's not like my bone is bumpy, it's just like it is kind of massaging and releasing and softening all that like fat and muscle. That's what it feels like. And by the end of the massage, all that feels kind of smooth, so I can like physically feel like the toxins here and all the buildup is smoothing out and kind of flowing through the rest of my face and body. Maybe not my body. Pretty like affordable if you find cheap ones. This one is like a ceramic. It also washes super easily. Obviously you can just get a little bit of face soap, wash it, and you can also leave it in the fridge to have a super refreshing massage as well. So definitely one I can recommend to you guys too. Now we have a few makeup tools and accessories. The first one is the Muji eyelash curlers. So I do have both the standard eyelash curler as well as the portable one. They are both really good quality for the price. The standard is $7.95 in Australia and the portable is $6.95 in Australia. So they're both really cheap. In Japan they're going to be even cheaper. I had this Tweezerman eyelash curler for years. I bought them in America and probably had them for like 4 or 5 years, and then it finally broke and I was like, oh, it's a shame, I'll just get a new one. And they cost like $38 to $48 in Australia, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm not spending like 50 bucks on eyelash curlers. At least I don't think I should be. So I decided to go with the Muji ones. They're not like so expensive that even if they're not the best, I won't like regret it too much. And they actually were really good for the price. They're very durable, very good quality, fits my eyes very well, and it only takes like a couple pumps to get them up. So what is there to complain about? I also really like the portable one and had mentioned this one before because it is so compact and great for your handbag, and just to use it you need to flip it down and then yeah, it just works just like that. So super portable and easy to use. They both do come with like an extra rubber thingy as well. There's one on the bottom of this one, and this one just comes separately in its container. In Australia, at least, they don't sell more of the rubber replacements, which I wish they did. Maybe in Japan they do. So that's the only thing I would say, that I wish they sold more of the rubbers separately, but still super cheap. And yeah, next one is actually a makeup brush. This is my favorite one, hands down. It is the Innisfree My Foundation Brush in Glow. It is like their it is their fat foundation brush. So once I started using this, I have never looked back. I believe it is about $20. I actually couldn't find the price of it over here, but I remember it being around $20, and they have this one as well as this one here, which is their cover brush. So I guess this is supposed to give you more of a glowy finish, and this is gonna give you more coverage. So this one works really well with lightweight foundations, which is pretty much all I use. Works perfectly with my favorite BB cream. I pretty much only use BB and CC creams at this point. I don't use that much foundations, so this does work really well with lightweight formulas. I feel like it doesn't leave streaks like a traditional foundation brush, while it still doesn't soak up product. I felt like with this one, the cover one, it just soaked up so much product in like the actual brush. Same with a lot of buffing brushes, they just take in a lot of the product, which I think is a waste. Whereas this one, obviously it doesn't have any or enough bristles to soak it up, but at the same time it leaves a pretty smooth coverage on the face. So absolutely love it, and have been using it like all the time since I bought it. I do still use the sponge on top to get a smoother finish, but I feel like there is less work needed, and also barely any product gets soaked up by the sponge as well. On that note, my favorite sponge, the Real Techniques makeup sponge or blender or whatever. I have been using these forever, pretty sure since high school. Yeah, I think high school or uni, but regardless, I've been using these for a really long time. Hands down, I will say they are so much better than beauty blenders and so much cheaper. I had bought a couple of beauty blenders in the past, and I just felt like they were so hard. They did not feel that soft. They were really hard, and they soaked up so much product, and I felt like it was just not going anywhere. And they are hella expensive. Like, I don't even know why they're so expensive, but these Real Technique ones are super soft, especially after you wet them. Like, I used this one today in the morning, so it's starting to dry up, but that's how big it gets after it's been wet. And that's, I guess that's not like a huge difference. It's just so fluffy and soft, and you can use it on your face. It won't interfere with the makeup too much or remove it, and I feel like it's just, I don't know, why would you use any other sponge than this one? It just works so well and is very affordable as well. They can be kind of expensive in Australia, not gonna lie, but I would just shop around online. So you can definitely get them for a lot cheaper than a beauty blender. And as you can probably tell, I have got many. These are dirty, so I'm keeping them out, but I keep this container full of these sponges. I did try this big one, their jumbo one, but I don't like it. It's too big. I don't see the point of having something this big. This size is perfect. It works perfectly fine to blend all over face makeup, do concealer, any of that stuff. So hands down, best sponge I have used. Well, I haven't used that many, but I didn't even think to go looking for any other sponge because these are so good. But yeah, that is it. They are my highly recommended must-have beauty tools and accessories. Please let me know if there are any that you recommend and you think you must have. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!